Okay, I'm doing this as a video response. I just happened to come across a video on out-of-body experiences and wanted to kind of pass along some experiences I've had. And you might think I'm kind of trippy for this, but it's all true. The first time was when I was about 4 years old. I was walking in the hallway of our house and standing in front of the stereo, and all of a sudden, I'm way up in the air looking down at my house. Way up, probably about, I don't know how high it was, maybe 100 feet. Just staring down at my house, no emotion, just looking. And then bam, right back into my body. And I was about 4 years old, so I'm thinking, this is kind of a weird dream I'm in. But you don't dream in real time. It was real time. So the day went on, and I never woke up from any dream. I just kind of ignored it. But then I figured I kept having these dreams when I was young. And let's see that. I used to do it all the time. I'd be out of my body, and I knew that wherever I could just think about going to a place, and I'd be there because there's no time or space in the astral plane. So I just thought about. We had just gone to Yosemite, so I just thought the word Yosemite, and I'm right there at Glacier Point, my favorite place at the time. It's way up there, and I'm out there, and it's real time, so it's dark. There's nobody there. And I knew I was free, so I ran to the edge and I jumped off. I jumped out off the cliff, 3,000 foot cliff, and I felt myself falling, and I was kind of like, well, that was stupid. But then I saw myself falling, and I fell down, and I could see my roof. I fell right through the roof really slowly, and I slowed down as I got to my body, and I went into the position my body was in, and then I woke up. And I'm thinking all along, weird dreams, dreams, dreams. Then when I was 18. I'm sleeping in front of the fireplace, and I'm lying on my back, and I look up at the ceiling, and then I registered that I was awake, and I noticed the center of my brain was vibrating. The very center of my head was vibrating. So I'm like, that's pretty weird. And then all of a sudden, something grabbed my leg, my left leg, and immediately grabbed it, lifted it up, and yanked me across the floor. So fast, I threw my arms and legs up so I wouldn't hit the dining room table. I thought I was going to run right into it. And when I looked over at what was grabbing my leg, it was just a black form. It was like human form, but black, just void of light. The light from the fireplace wasn't even bouncing off of this thing. It was just pure darkness. And it pulled me, and I felt kind of a rubber band effect. And then I snapped back into my body, and the fear was so intense that I could hear the humming in my ears, and I could feel my whole body vibrating. And I was standing there. I was trying to scream, but I couldn't. I was trying to move, and I couldn't either. But it was definitely a really strong hum in my ears, and the fear was just vibrating through my entire body. It was that intense. So that was probably my biggest wow of an experience out of my body. And then in the very same room, I sat up in bed, and I just knew I was out of my body. But this time I wasn't afraid. And I stood up, and I walked by the bed, but I couldn't look at myself lying in bed. I said that would have been too, knowing that you're outside your body's got to be a pretty scary thing. So I walked into the kitchen, and I noticed a light outside. I wonder if that's the light, the bright light. So I went over, and then I noticed it was just the lampshade. I mean, the lamp outside, the lamp pole. But I was definitely out of my body because I could just tell I was, but I wasn't scared. And then all of a sudden, I felt the fear coming on again. So I crouched down onto the floor, and then I felt myself snap right back into my body, like just a huge pull, bam, right back in there. And same thing, fear, couldn't move, couldn't breathe, tried to scream, nothing. And by the time I could talk and move, I wasn't afraid anymore. But that was very intense fear. And that was pretty much the last time it happened. It only happened if my parents were around, because they say that it only happens if you psychologically feel the safest, and that's when your parents are there to protect you. Something in our instinct, because it's never happened since I've been away from home. So. Pretty trippy. I don't know what tried to take me. I think it was obviously a demon. someone who fell to the dark side and was cut off from God, cut off from the light, whatever you want to call it. And they tried to take me. I've read somewhere that if you have if you're kind of extra sensitive to the other side, these demons will try to take you because they don't want you passing the word on that to other people. I guess I don't know. They tried to take me because stop being a messenger of what's on the other side, and I guess that's what it is. But they failed. And then this happened, and then several years later, I read about it, and it described exactly my experience. The center of your brain, the pineal gland vibrates, and then you're out, and that's it. You can go anywhere you want. It's a trip. But anyway, that's my video response, and that should do it. Kind of makes me a lot less afraid to die because I know there's something else going on. That time when I was 4 years old and I was just up in the sky, I'm thinking, what am I seeing with? You know, when you're out of your body, what are you seeing with? Because you don't take your eyes with you. That's the trip. That's the trip. How do you see? Is it projecting back to your eyes? Is it kind of a projection with a? I know there's a connector like a ribbon from the center of your brain to your astral body, and I think you could actually project your view wherever you want to go. I wish I could do it on purpose. I'd go to there's a lot of female locker rooms I'd like to check out. Maybe I don't know, maybe the volleyball team or the Olympics or something like that. Just kidding. Anyway, that's it. I was inspired to just do this this one time, so pretty trippy. Now you know that Silver Trader is connected to the other side. You guys want me to put in a good word for you, just let me know. That should do it. How do I stop this damn thing? Oh, here's a stop button. All right, later.